Hey, everybody.
Greetings. Welcome to Tuesday Night Shadowrun Shenanigans. I'm Bob, your GM, and we are going at a breakneck pace toward the end of the Chicago Missions arc. We are deep into Season 8, starting tonight with Mission 0805, Sleeping Giants. And so we'll just start right in. And we'll go to Mather for this one. As
Mather's very excited.
You awaken, your eyes sort of flutter open, sort of sprawled across the bed. You've got your normal kit laid out on the table, and this weak sunlight streams through, and you sort of glance over your comm. It says 9:07 a.m. 23 missed contacts.
Oh dear. I wipe the sleep out of my eyes, stare at it, set it down, do some Nova Coke, pick it back up, put it back down, drink some cognac, pick it back up, and I'm like,
So you flip through the missed calls. There are 2 calls from unknown comm codes. I see some missing arithmetic here. We'll say 3 calls from unknown comm codes, and 20 from none other than Sid Gambetti.
oh, Sid, what lovely individual.
Sid's icon is grinning, his face with a disturbing leer, complete with raised eyebrows. Call me back. I get someone who wants to talk to you about a job.
All right, I get up, shower, have extraordinarily expensive coffee with a piece of very, very expensive bread, and do another line of Nova Coke. Make the phone call. I'm like, and put it on speaker so I don't have to be too terribly close to the phone. I don't.
So you sort of lay the comm on the table and let it blast into the apartment.
Yeah.
Good God, it's about time you get back to me. It's like you're allergic to money or something. Anyway, I got this guy down here who wants to get some people together for a job, and he asked me to get the best.
Oh, now we're flattering. Okay, cool. I'm in.
He wants to meet you in person here at the vault as soon as you can.
So just me or my...
You and your team.
Oh, team. I thought it was crew these days. I can't keep track of all the vernacular. Fine. I'll see who I can gather up. This is it's been a busy week. What with the world's most aggressive butter knife story. That's still sad.
Say what now?
Oh, it's a very aggressive butter knife. It went for a great deal of money and left everyone sad when it was over with.
Aggressive. Just get down to the vault.
All right. I'm sorry. I don't know where places are. I'm not in charge. Just like send it to me via my comm. Like
he's already hung up.
Crap. All right. I just dial everyone like into a conference.
Conference call. So by now it's probably close to 10:30. And Gertrude and Frodo, your comms ring.
Frodo is under Andy, still trying to get that pond scum out from under it.
That is taking quite a while.
This is the shortest mission ever, as no one picks up their phone. Like, well, I guess. All right,
I guess we move on to the next mission.
While Frodo's under the car, he's like, "What's up, Mather?"
Yes, Sid called. It was unpleasant. Anyway, and he wants to give us money to do something, and he wants us to show up somewhere, and I cannot for the life of me remember where. So I told him to message me the address, and he still has not. So let's go get money. Is Johnny on here? Let me see.
Is Johnny on the call?
Johnny?
Yeah. What?
I think by now Johnny's sort of fully part of the team.
Yeah. No, I added him to the group chat. It was great, so that we can all just dish it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all you all are on the call. Assuming you answer your comms.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just at this point. Yes, I need the money. I don't have that many people calling me, offering me money anymore. Yeah, the meatball wants us. He's probably down at the vault.
Who likes? Oh, he did say something about vaults.
Okay,
I thought it was a personal thing.
You know what? With him, that's a valid call. I cannot. There's a lot about Sid Gambetti none of us want to consider. And I don't even have even met the man. Frodo, I'll toss you the address. You going to pick up Mather?
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Give me. Well, I've already showered. I've already shaved. I've already made myself presentable. I've already had expensive toast. I've already had expensive cognac. I've done 2 lines of Nova Coke and talked to Sid.
I suggest more drugs.
I have to do my yoga, so by the time you get here, I'll be done with it.
Alrighty.
You in on this too, Gertrude?
What did I do?
Are you in on this too?
Oh, yeah, sure. I just have to get the kids home.
Sorry, what?
I was doing a first aid class for the neighborhood kids. What did you think?
I
thought you had some kids.
I thought you had children that I did not know about. You're like, I thought maybe it was your weekend or something. Also, I don't know what day it is, so it could be a weekend.
Yeah, I just got to close up this water pump, and teach the kid and teach the woman here how to use it, and then I'll be on my way. I should be there enough time to scope it out beforehand to make sure Sid isn't trying something any more disgusting than he normally does.
I'm learning so much about your personal lives that I absolutely didn't care. So anyway,
at that point, you hear a loud hammer hit a metal casing. There, okay, now it'll work. I hang up the call.
There's so much child endangerment going on. Mather says to no one.
While he's doing copious amounts of narcotics.
Not with children. Thank you very much.
PSA, don't do Nova Coke with children.
Yeah.
Do all the Nova Coke you want, just don't do it with kids. I think that
I'm not doing Nova Coke. I'm providing them with clean water or cleanish water. It's the CZ.
sounds like child labor to me. I don't know.
You all head over to the vault then.
Yes, stop backing up, Bob.
Yeah. I assume there's nothing nefarious other than it's the vault.
It's the vault, and it's mid-morning, and so it is dead. Because it's the vault and mid-morning.
Yeah, that's true.
There is you do see a small line of people near the Horizon Wellness Clinic next door. But the vault is open.
All right, this the place?
Oh, I don't know. We've been here before, haven't we?
You guys have probably been here before.
Okay. Is this like a nightclub or is it like a fighting place? I forget.
The vault is sort of bar/fight.
Ah, okay. All right. Cool.
It's where Matt Rath fights,
Sounds good.
or Matthew Rath, as the case may be.
Mr. Matthew K. Rath.
Esquire.
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 So, like, is this supposed to be a heavy job or anything, Mather? Do you know?
I have no idea. You know, Sid is such a sharer. He was like, oh, I guess you hate money because you did not wake up 10 a.m. to.
So you spin back through the calls, and the first call from Sid was at about 7:30
in the morning.
in the morning.
Sort of savagery is. So yes, apparently Sid either. I certainly hope that it's a case of him just staying up late and not, getting up early. But he called at the astounding hour of 7:30. And did you know they make two of them? There's like one in the morning as well, and he called me at that one.
Oh, okay. He must be in a hurry, I guess. And maybe we should just go in and figure out what's up.
I don't have a better idea, honestly.
That sounds good. I mean, we're not going to make any money out in the parking lot of the vault. Well, I mean, technically, yes, you can, but it's kind of unsavory.
A significant amount of drugs in parking lot. And I bought a lot of them. So
as you wander into the strangely dead vault at 10:30 in the morning, you do see. You hear some cheesy pop music that was probably popular about 30 years ago. And you see Sid sitting at the bar, thumbing through an AR news feed.
So
Glad you guys could make it. Finally.
Oh, it was our pleasure, and thank you about it.
Well, I get a lot on my plate today. Your guy in room 3 over by the clinic.
Okay. Good talk. Just have a day. Goodbye.
Yeah. Okay.
Alrighty.
Okay. We're walking over near the clinic.
It's sort of over near the clinic. The Horizon Clinic is adjacent to the vault.
Okay.
There's an entrance to the clinic from the vault, and of course it's because there are fights that take place here.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that it's a Horizon Clinic.
Is everybody up on their shots?
Anything Johnny gets tense and starts getting that head on a swivel. The coat flared out a little bit so that he can have his hand close to his gun.
Yeah, so with 6 hits, so first of all, you don't see your old friend.
Yeah, I kind of assumed that because I haven't drawn and shot him.
Yeah.
Because and then allowed Mather to use the blood to try to know where to cast a spell.
With 6 hits, you do see. So there's like I said, there's a line of people sort of milling about the clinic, like people in line to go see whoever's on duty at the clinic. One of the guys in line is sort of looking a little too hard in your direction.
Okay, he gets. I don't recognize him.
You do not recognize him.
All right. I ping him in AR. for everybody. Looks like that's our Johnson security. But he's not doing anything other than that. He's just looking over at us.
He's looking at you guys.
Okay.
Well, we're attractive. I would look at me.
All right, as long as he's staring, I'm cool. Let's just go ahead and get this job.
Yeah. All right.
So you go over to the room, and the guy sort of watches you. It's like he's trying to avoid looking like he's watching you, but with 6 hits, he's watching you.
Yeah.
Well, we're watching him watch us.
So at that point, he sort of notices that all of you are looking in his direction, and does this sort of trying to look away, but still trying to give you side eye.
Oh, this is a professional. I'm so glad.
Yeah.
Kind of like you're in traffic and trying not to let the guy pass you, but you don't want to look at the driver next to you. You just sort of side eye.
I'm feeling attacked.
Yeah. Wait. People do that? I mean, I just usually stare at the guy and just keep driving.
Oh, you're that one.
Yes, I am that one.
Nice. So you go to the assigned room, and it's a small cluttered office decorated with posters and flyers from various fights and pop stars. You're pretty sure none of whom have actually visited this place. These are all way more famous people than you would expect to be in the CZ.
Checks out.
Behind the desk with his feet kicked up is your old friend Simon Andrews, the lizard man wearing the leather jacket with all sorts of flair.
Oh, so he's clothed today.
He is clothed today. He is usually clothed.
Fair enough. It's the usually that gives me pause.
It's just the... With him, you've had a little too much... you've sort of visualized what he might be like.
It doesn't help that sometimes he describes it.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. He likes it. He likes to make people evoke that vision. But anyway, as you walk in, he sort of sits up straight and motions you all inside. Oh, good. And he's speaking in Cockney, which I won't try because it's... I find when I try Cockney, I lapse into vaguely Australian. Hope you don't mind me using old Sid here to call you. Can't be too careful these days.
Oh, no, we don't mind at all, I suppose.
Brought you here because we're in a big old heap of trouble. And no one wants to do anything about it.
No, really?
The bugs are back.
We noticed.
As you guys know. You might be the only ones doing anything about it. Like the corpse and the government are all looking the other way. What I want you to do is help me get the proof to force the issue. I got a lead on an entrance to under the Wrigley Dome. I want you to get me in and out of the bug nest and see what's down there.
Oh, you're coming with us?
You in and out?
Yeah. In and out, yeah.
Okay.
How's 9,000 each sound?
Look over at Mather.
9,000 each?
Yeah, 9,000 each.
I'll just stare at him
in and out.
Go. Someone called me at 7:30, and apparently there's two of them. There's one in the morning. For 9,000, I don't. No, honestly, I don't think. I think that we're looking more at. I look around and I go, well, there's only 4 of us this time, so consider it a discount. Then we'll do it for 15,000. And negotiation.
Good roll negotiation.
Aggressive enough.
All right.
Tom looked at that number and went,
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
That's a lot of 6s, sir. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a little scary because of, we're getting these pretty good rolls early on.
Yeah, you get these awesome rolls now instead of at 9:30.
Yeah.
So let me step out of character here. Your friends will be along soon, I'm sure. They'll be cut into the each part, and we'll call it 12,000. Will you get out of bed for 12,000?
Simon, you read my mind. That was exactly because that's exactly the number I had in my head. Fantastic. I'm in love with this idea. I say,
Awesome.
Let's go with it. However, if our other friends don't show up, it's 15K each. No bar.
That's fine. Yeah. If your other friends don't show up, we'll call it 15K for the 3 of you.
Each.
Thank
you. Just clarification. Speak directly into the recorder. There you go. Well, this is going to be fun. So, Johnny, how are you going to solve the bug problem?
With a heavy machine gun.
Violence and grit. That's how we get things done around.
But we got to get him in and to figure out what.
What do you need to do? What do you need to do, Simon, when you get in there?
pictures. I want to take Frid footage of what's there.
Okay.
I mean, can I just send a drone in and get you some videotape?
Maybe. So you do realize that you're gonna run into a lot of noise.
Okay.
Because I mean, who knows how far it's underground?
Are we talking about a band, like a really noisy underground band? Oh, you're talking cybernetic things. Go ahead. Never mind.
If we're lucky, it's just a band. I don't think we're that lucky.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a pain in the ass last time.
Yeah.
Because you guys weren't that lucky the last few times out.
Yeah. All right. Cool beans. Yeah.
I'm always up for a new club.
If you're willing to send your scales, by all means, let's go.
Speaking of which,
there are precious few people I trust anymore. I gotta be there myself.
It's fair. Speaking of which, your scales look amazing. I don't know what you're doing.
Thank you.
So there's just to back it up, there's a hidden entrance under Wrigley Field. And he needs to get under Wrigley Field. That's what he said.
Yeah.
And you got an entrance under there that you know.
Yeah,
of?
I know where I got a lead on it. I found out from some guy.
Okay. So there's not a whole lot of legwork other than going down there and
other than getting into Wrigley Dome.
Oh, okay.
Because it's not just open for everybody. Last I heard, the Star has sort of locked it down to people who live there.
Oh, okay.
But you might take a look around and see what entrances are there. With 2 hits on Chicago streets, So so Wrigley Dome, formerly Wrigley Field, was taken over by the UCAS government early in the Bug City debacle.
Okay.
When the UCAS government moved out of there, it was set up as essentially a shanty town. and recently it's been sort of locked down by Lone Star. So they check to make sure that people don't go in unless they're supposed to be there.
Okay, so we got to get. Who do we know?
But your sense is it's not that well guarded,
right? I mean, well, we can either look for an opening, or we can get somebody in Lone Star, or we can a combination of both.
Do they have their own medical care inside the dome? We do have a literal ambulance.
as much as anybody has medical care in the zone, because Wrigley Dome is in the CZ.
I assume they didn't have dock wagon contracts.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of dock wagon contracts in the zone. It's not a thing that many people can afford. And frankly, during the Bug City debacle, a lot of those dock wagon contracts were just considered null and void.
Well, how much? What are you looking to take down, Frodo? That'll tell us what kind of opening we'll need.
Well, if we're fighting a bunch of bugs, the best thing I got is the steel links. I got the steel links, and then I got 2 Dobermans.
Now let's be clear here. Fighting the bugs isn't my first choice. I understand that might be. I understand that it's going to be a backup plan, but let's call that Plan B.
Yeah. You want to get in and get out.
Yeah.
So we might not have to take the steel links all the way in. We might just be able to retreat to it, but still getting it into Wrigley. You know what? Chicago gangs.
What about them?
That's well. Well, it's a place, so gangs have got to be getting people in and out of it.
Oh, can I do smuggler routes?
Smuggler routes, yeah, smuggler routes too. It's a place.
Yeah, you can try that.
Yeah, stuff goes through.
Got a 5.
So you don't get the sense of any, that you know anybody who runs the place. As far as smuggler routes, you do know there's an old loading dock on one side of Wrigley Dome where supplies used to be brought in, and probably still are brought in.
Okay.
Just from a logistical standpoint, they're not growing everything they use there, so it's not an arcology or anything.
I think there's an old loading dock around the side of the dome that we could use to get in and out.
Okay.
I'm interested.
Yeah. That you think we can use it to get in and out? That works. We'll see what we see when we. So
All right.
head over in that direction. Any other legwork you guys want to try? Anything we need to pick up?
Doctor?
Nothing that I can think of.
Alrighty. I have everything I need.
Yeah. I'll just take the links and I'll ride down with you guys so the noise isn't too bad. And yeah.
Okay.
So I was gonna. I'll start heading over to the dome.
Okay.
And I'll
So we are still doing this 3 vehicle style.
We could all just ride in Darcy. That works. And then I'll just have the universe pull up, and then I'll put Andy somewhere.
Yeah, there's actually not a whole lot of. It'll be easier to hide one vehicle. And I don't need to do the easy rider thing in.
Yeah, that's fine for me.
So everybody piles into Darcy then.
Yep.
And I'll ask her.
Shotgun.
So you called shotgun, was it?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll just be in the back next to the Valkyrie module. I'm assuming there's enough space for a wheelchair chilling back there.
Yeah. There you go.
Yep. And I'll be in the second row, ready to slide open the side door to start firing the machine gun at it.
And Johnny remembers that back door too well.
Yeah, I'm not going in the back. No. No.
I have a gun port, so you don't have to slide open the door. You could use the gun port too.
Doctor.
Depending on how big a weapon you want to shoot at.
Yeah, I was talking about the heavy machine, right?
That's not gonna fit through a gun port.
Now, well, the fact is, yes, the bullets will fit through the gun port the second time you fire.
Yes.
Also, Doctor, you have a gun port.
I do.
I thought you were all goody-goody.
Have you seen her?
I have. She's very tall.
Yes, but you're always doing your finger gun thing. What she does with a sword is scary, even when it's real scary when she's not trying to kill somebody. Then she becomes really deadly.
Well, I never try to kill anybody. That's kind of my whole thing.
Oh.
Okay.
Actually, I'm the same way. I don't like to kill people. That's the end. They stop being interesting when they're dead.
Me and Frodo just kind of trade looks, and we both try to kill people.
Well, for the murder game, we're okay with it.
Yeah, and we're both accepting it. So we actually have a nice conversation in the thing. This is not an awkward van ride.
Well, I geeked this guy one time, and his nose just went everywhere.
Yeah.
It might be our first non-awkward van ride.
Yeah.
There's still time.
That's true.
Speaking of which, Gertrude, why don't you make a piloting test, please?
Sure.
Do not mansplain. Not mansplain. If that didn't come through, Johnny just said to himself in a mantra, "Do not mansplain how to drive." I'm not sure if that came through the mic, but that's.
I thought it was you talking to yourself.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know what's going on.
No. That's completely role playing. Tom never mansplains. That's completely role playing, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
All right. So let's see here. You make it to. So here's a picture of the Wrigley Dome. It rises out of the edge of the northern CZ, and you see a neighborhood of row housing and old boutique shops stretched behind the old sports complex. You do see 2 Lone Star officers visible just inside the front door of the dome, casually watching a trivia screen in the remains of a ticketing office. And as you sort of drive around, you also see the loading dock that appears to be locked and chained. You can go ahead and make perception tests if you'd like. Oh, now we're gonna get the real rolls.
Come on, where is? There it is. Wow. There we go. I'm still rolling well.
All right.
I got 50. I got what? I got 3 out of 5. That ain't bad.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. Yeah. So Johnny and Mather, you do see a lot of cameras as well that are watching. They're sort of stringed around the perimeter of the dome.
Okay. You see those?
I do.
Well, we got Frodo. He can help us out with that, I hope.
We do.
Yeah.
That's
Of
so helpful.
course, I've got this.
So yeah, there are cameras everywhere.
He starts putting swordfish in like the admin.
It's always swordfish.
It's always swordfish.
So you're going to try to hack the cameras? Is that where is it?
Yes, sir. Who got a 2?
Oh. Let's see. So I need to see. Always go to the defender. So that is a failure.
We'll use an edge to re-roll.
Okay.
Like we do.
Oh. Okay, I get one more.
Okay. That is just enough to succeed.
Right.
You have an Overwatch score of 2. Yeah, so you hack one of the cameras, and of course it is connected to a host.
Okay.
So you can use that. You can use that access to sort of get into the host.
Okay. Right now, I'm just trying to shut down the camera. Oh, are there actually?
So I did misspeak a little bit when I said they were strung around. There's really there's like one on each cardinal side. There's like one. There's one in near the ticketing booth where the officers are. There's one near the loading dock, and there's one on each side. And Wrigley Dome is big enough that all you really need to do is take care of one of them.
Alrighty. Well, then the loading dock camera is mine. Is there anybody? Can I turn it around and see if there's anybody in it before I turn it off? Like in the
So the loading dock is, you don't see a hallway there.
Sure. Okay.
It's just the loading dock is actually the door is slid down. There are chains across it. You do see a mag lock attached to that raising door, but you don't see inside with that camera. That camera's pointed outside. So basically, you're seeing where you guys would pull up to the loading dock.
Alrighty. Well, then I'll go ahead and turn off the camera.
Okay. So this will be a control device test. Which will be control device. Here we go. That is a electronic warfare plus intuition.
Ooh, I actually have that. Plus intuition.
Uh-huh.
Alrighty.
You know, the surprise in your voice is a little concerning.
I didn't build him to hack. I just happened to incidentally.
But electronic warfare is one of those skills that a rigger really needs.
Yeah.
And I happened to listen to last week's episode where you were asking if you could use electronic warfare and were denied. So it powers down.
All right. There's no eyes in the sky. We're in.
All right, they'll turn it back on eventually, so let's head out.
Yeah. So with that 4 hits, if they're being vigilant about it, they might send someone to look at this to see why it's been turned off.
All right, well, then let's hustle.
All right, so you guys, Darcy drives up to the loading dock.
Are we gonna unload or just drive through?
Well,
Is this a scenario where we drive through the dock?
So that dock door is closed, and is you take a look, and it is locked with a mag lock, and there are also chains across it.
all right. Are the chains? It's locked with a mag lock, and there's chains with a mechanical lock on it.
Yeah.
All right. I'll get the mechanical lock if you want to get the other lock.
Alrighty. Yeah, no problem whatsoever. Is that another control device? Oh, is that what you meant by I can get there through the host, right? Or is that on a separate system?
Well, yeah. Now you're gonna have to actually hack the mag lock itself.
Okay. Alrighty. So then hacking?
It's your current Overwatch score. Because you're running baby monitor, right?
Of course.
All right. Your Overwatch score is currently 4.
And when is Overwatch really bad? What level is that?
40 is when you get converged on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and then I'm gonna hack this maglock.
You do take some extra Overwatch periodically, but that's of the scale of minutes. Ooh, that's unfortunate.
Alrighty.
Overwatch score is now 7.
Drats. Doing it again. I guess I'm just gonna try to brute force this thing, I guess.
All right.
You got to be careful about that. Saying brute force is the equivalent of, instead of picking the lock, you just start smashing your head against the door. So there is a difference between between that and a mean GM, a cruel GM will call you on it.
Yeah, so you have sleazed and failed. So you know what happens is the maglock now has a mark on you.
Ew.
And if there's ice to be run in the host may launch ice.
Gotcha.
So is this a brute force or is this a hack on the fly?
On the fly.
Okay, so you're doing more sleaze. Okay. Oh, that's better.
It's so easy when you're sleazy.
Sure. And then I'll need a control device test.
No.
So it's not computer. It's electronic warfare.
Oh, even better.
Oh, and that was kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah.
All right. So it does ding and clicks, unlocked. Your Overwatch score is now 9. and you sense that the eyes of its connected host are upon you.
The eyes of the host are upon you, and I'm turning off my deck right now. You see, and then just turn off the deck.
All right.
All right, we're in. Let's go. They know we're here.
Wasn't that what you were supposed to be avoiding?
Yeah. Well, I fucked up. Let's go.
So now, in the meantime, who is doing what about the chain?
It's got a mechanical padlock, right?
Yes, it's got a mechanical padlock.
What does an auto picker do? It's
It picks locks, so it uses its rating.
It's just its rating, and it's not your skill.
It's just its rating, I think. Let's find out. Let's make sure. Where's my auto picker? Auto picker. Here we go. So the rating is added to your limit when picking a mechanical lock. If you use the wireless bonus, it adds its rating as a dice pool modifier when picking a mechanical lock.
Okay.
So you're still using locksmith.
Okay. All right.
But then you'll get a bonus equal to its rating.
Okay. All right. So let's see. Second. So 4.
Okay. So you sort of steady the lock and you point the auto picker into it and it goes zzz, click.
Okay.
And padlock falls free.
All right. Undo it. Open the door up.
So all sorts of dust sort of flies everywhere. This particular entrance hasn't been used in a while. And you see sort of it's a big tunnel that leads out into what once would have been the stadium ground level. And you see the sort of town that's been set up. And Simon says, I can see it there. And he points, and he's pointing to this old neon sign that's flashing, Soy Wiser Extra Gold.
Oh, with extra urine, just the way they like.
Yeah, and those of you who drink cheap soy beer, remember that the extra gold variety hasn't been around since the 2050s.
Oh dear, that is what.
So it is a pre-zone neon sign.
I sent some soy wiser to the FDA, and they told me my horse foot was diabetic. I don't know what they meant. So,
okay.
So as the door rises and Simon points that out, we have come across our 9 o'clock hour, and so we will take our mid-session break. So we'll be back in 10.
Thanks for sticking around, everybody.
Welcome back. We have our runners have just opened the back door to the Wrigley Dome. And they see, and Simon has pointed out the what looks to be a makeshift building. It's a collection of old plywood and corrugated steel that's been nailed, lashed, and sometimes welded together. And this old neon sign, clearly lifted from a concession stand, is lit up on the outside like it's the sign for the place. And it's flashing Soy Wiser Extra Gold, a variety of Soy Wiser that has not existed since the 2050s.
Alrighty.
All right.
Is there any particular area in here you need to go, Simon?
Yeah, he points right at the neon sign and says, so it's in the, I'm told it's in the back room of that bar?
All right, let's go get a beer.
All right, soy boys on you, huh?
Yeah,
And,
start making our way.
I'll be behind the steel links as we go down the hallways.
So it's so it's basically a tunnel that leads out into like where the stadium proper would be. It's basically a makeshift tunnel with all sorts of buildings made of. Basically, they just tore down like plywood and corrugated steel, and you even see like parts of the old stadium seating that have been sort of nailed up in places. A couple of these little houses have the old stadium seating sort of laid out like it's the seating on their front porch. So you guys sort of walk through this little town, and you see people milling about. I mean, it's like 11 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
See,
Mather, you see that? Well, you can't really see it, but up above the clouds and the grime and the dome, there's this thing called the sun.
Yeah, you can see it. So in the picture I have in the background here,
Yeah,
you can see the sun, and that's about how dim it is.
Oh, I hate it. This is far too early.
So we go to shades then.
yeah.
I want to be cool like Johnny and wear shades.
Is anything just normal people milling about for 11 o'clock? I mean, it's a shanty town. There's nothing.
Yeah, it's shanty town, sort of normal milling about. You don't see a lot of people at what would be homes. You see more people at what would be maybe places of work.
Yeah. Okay. We get any strange looks?
I mean, yeah, you guys get some strange looks, but nobody really calls attention to you.
Okay.
Unless, so let me ask, as a variation on what are you wearing, what are you bringing with you? So at this point, you're all on foot except for Frodo, and Frodo's. How many steel lynxes are you bringing?
Oh, just one.
just the one steel lynx.
Yeah.
And how is it armed?
With a laser cannon.
With the laser cannon?
Yeah.
That does draw some stares. Actually, that draws the majority of the stares.
Okay, good.
It's the steel lynx with a laser cannon on it.
They're just jealous.
Okay.
Well, yeah, given the sort of shantytown this is, probably very few people have even seen a laser cannon.
So nobody really pays attention to Johnny, who's got this big duffel bag, with a couple special spots where he could jam his hands into in an emergency.
Okay.
And start firing it, the heavy machine gun.
Wow.
But other than that, just a heavy coat on.
It's hard to tell whether it's all of you guys drawing attention or just the steel lynx with a laser cannon.
Yeah.
But you think if you had to guess, it would be the steel lynx with a laser cannon drawing a lot of attention.
Okay. Yeah,
because this thing looks like something out of even in the 2070s, this thing looks like something out of a sci-fi trade.
I don't have a visible large weapon. I've got the assault rifle and the heavy machine gun.
Just the duffel bag of doom.
I've basically got a duffel bag of doom. But unlike Deadpool, I actually remembered the ammo. But
that helps. That means your duffel bag of doom is not just a makeshift melee weapon.
Right. But Yeah, I just got a duffel bag of doom and wearing a long coat to cover up my cyber.
All right. And so you guys wander over to the Soy Wiser Extra Gold sign, and it is you see below it, sort of on the door, this makeshift door, and it's Carl's.
Is that the restaurant?
No, it just says Carl's, and it's sort of it's like somebody attempted to be fancy with the script, but it's clearly hand painted, and they weren't very good at the hand script.
Okay.
I thought there was some reference to Carl Jr. that I wasn't getting.
Okay. Well, I open the door because I know Mather doesn't want to touch it.
Correct.
Okay. And you open the door, and you're instantly assaulted by this whiff of, it's a place with a Soy Wiser Extra Gold sign, and it smells like decade-old Soy Wiser Extra Gold. That sort of dive bar smell. And it's dark. You think there's no the lights aren't on. The only thing that's on is there are some slats in the windows that are open, and there's some what's little sunlight is coming in through the window and lights the room to sort of a dive bar minimum. And you see a few tables. Some of these with a mixture of chairs, including some of the stadium seating. There's a small bar. There's a guy behind the bar essentially doing the dishes. And you see to one side there is a what appears to be a back room. And the guy looks up. Not from around here. I'm Carl. What can I get you?
I look around. Is there anything that could pass for a beverage that will not cause me to have dysentery?
Okay. Is that you doing perception, or is that a question you ask out loud?
That's perception. That's a good question.
Make a perception test, then.
I'm going to make a perception roll to avoid dysentery. No. Nope.
That's
everything
awesome.
looks good here, folks. Terrific. Oh,
well, you didn't glitch. The only thing that gives you pause, so there are two things that give you pause. One is that there is no top shelf.
Savagery.
And the dominant feature on the shelf is a case. There's no glass in it, but there's a case there with an old dusty bottle of unopened Soy Wiser Extra Gold.
Hey, it's a vintage.
And there are a few bottles. So the case is the center, and then off to the side are it's a mixture of bottles and sort of Mason style jars that look like they all have about the same liquid in it.
Let me get one of these bottles.
Brave man, Wrigley Lightning for you. Pulls down one of the bottles.
Yeah.
Oh no! I mean the soy wiser. My apologies. I wasn't clear.
Oh, well, that's the prize of the collection. That's the only remaining bottle of the Soy Wiser Extra Gold. That's going to run you 1,000 new yen.
Ooh. I could buy a flying eye for that. Are you serious?
Nobody drinks the Soy Wiser Extra Gold. And he pushes what he's called the Wrigley Lightning closer to you.
Okay. All right. Let's try this.
You'll have a Wrigley Lightning and you'll like it.
All right. All right. Pour me a glass.
Really?
All right, so he opens the lid of the mason jar and sort of pours into a small rock rocks glass, and slides it over to you. And it's this sort of mostly clear liquid, but there's some smoke rising like around the rim of the glass.
Smoked.
I lean in with a look of concern on my face. I'm like,
The rest of you, Rigby Lightnings. And he starts pulling down glasses and pouring as if he's not really waiting for an answer.
Yeah, go ahead.
And he slides one to each of you.
I smell it to see if it is in any way like drinkable. This is
Okay. So you pull up, take a sniff, and that was your first mistake.
oh.
As you say, as you retell the story later, there was no top shelf, there was no middle shelf, just the bottom shelf, and whatever's under that, and then there's this moonshine, for lack of a more appropriate term for what this is. It is a spirit that aspires to be moonshine.
Oh God.
Yeah.
All right. Composure, I take it.
Yeah, go ahead and make a composure test. Yeah. So you take a drink of it, and your metabolism, because gnomes are a metavariant of dwarves, they have that sort of metabolism where they can drink hard for their size.
Yeah, I just tank it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's about the strongest thing you've had in a while, and it doesn't get down smooth, but it goes down.
Hey, not that bad. Not that bad.
Yeah. All right. Another.
Just one more.
All right. He pours you another one in the same glass.
All right. Toss back.
Is anybody else drinking at this point?
Yeah, I mean, of course. I would drink well, no, I would lift it up and, look like I'm drinking, but 7 hits to casually pour it on casually, while the guy's not looking, get rid of it.
Pour it out. Okay.
Pour it out. And then
he's pouring Frodo's second one, you sort of you tip your glass, you sort of pull your glass down and tip it over the side, and you can just barely hear because you have heightened hearing, right?
Yeah.
You can hear on the floor this sizzle.
Yeah. I also as to cover up what I did, I stumble slightly as if I do, and I, accidentally do the same thing to Mathers.
Well, so you do that, and it's sort of it looks. Mather, do you anything to stop this?
No, because I'm not going to drink this.
Okay, so you don't even deign to touch it.
Yeah.
And so it looks like as you're trying to avoid it, what's happened is all of a sudden it slips off the side and shatters on the floor.
Ooh, okay. Well, not as good, but it worked.
Oh dear, what a waste.
That's all right. That's not.
So Frodo, go ahead and make a body plus willpower test.
Okay.
And you'll get +3 for your metabolism.
Okay, +3. Body plus willpower. 4.
All right. Yeah, you're holding up.
Hey.
So you have your second one, and I mean, you're feeling it, but you're still.
Okay.
I mean, you're kind of lightly buzzed.
Alrighty, we're done here, I guess. I mean, are we?
I think that's yeah.
Want anything? Can I get you something to eat?
Oh, is it at least as delicious? Or just
Yeah, wings.
from what manner of creature, may I ask?
Oh, you shouldn't ask that.
Oh no! Gosh, you got me there, partner. Anyway,
You really ain't from around here, are you?
I'm not.
So why are you here? He looks at you suspiciously, Mather.
I wanted to be close to my friend. I just gesture to the people who are here.
To your friend, your 3 friend, 4 friend.
I was gonna say, what's Simon doing during all this?
You notice, and probably Johnny has noticed, that Simon has sort of made sort of stealthy way back toward the back room.
Alrighty.
And he's sort of motioning for you guys to join him.
Gosh, look at the time. Delightful meeting you. Also, and my eyebrows will never forget this. And I turn around and walk. Like,
What do we owe you?
25 million.
Alrighty. And
And there's enough in your lifestyle budget to pay for that. Don't worry about it.
Okay. I tip him 5.
Okay.
Deuces.
And as he turns around to sort of put things away and start washing the glasses, I'll ask each of you to make a stealth test. Oh, that look.
a stealth test, says the guy with.
Oh, yeah, sneaking.
Yeah, I don't have any of that.
I got 1.
Yeah, so it's agility.
Agility unskilled.
Unskilled. Physical limit. Ha!
All right.
Did just as well as a man in a wheelchair.
and his drone.
Oh, yeah, about that. Let's see.
So that fits with 1 hit though. But he doesn't really look back at you.
Okay.
And you get the sense that, I mean, it's now like 11:30 in the morning. This guy's already had at least 1.
Alrighty.
And so you sort of slide back into, it's basically behind the curtain. There's this back room. And Simon's pointing toward this tarp across the floor.
Okay.
I think I was told this is it. It's under here.
All right. Peel the tarp back.
Okay. So you pull the tarp back, and sure enough, there's this tunnel that leads down at a very steep angle. And you think it goes down. It definitely goes down beyond the what little lights coming in here.
Okay.
Okay.
And
You mean like falling or?
Hmm?
Are we like falling?
No, you're not falling. You're not falling, but it's a very steep incline. It's not vertical, but it's a very steep incline.
Like 45 degrees or?
Yeah, like somewhere like 30 to 45 degrees, something like that.
All right.
It's going to be a rough a rough climb and a rough wheel for the links.
Okay. All right. So what do you
And it goes down even out of low light vision range.
All right, into the breach, my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Something English dead. Yes.
Anybody got a? Let me see what he's got here.
I have a thermographic flashlight.
Oh yeah, that'll work.
Let's see. Can't. Maybe it's on the thing.
Johnny has his eye lights though. I think, right?
Yes. Yep. I would kick on the highlights. Yeah.
So Johnny's eyes start glowing.
Yep.
Not unsettling at all.
Not at all unsettling. That's right.
Yeah, I'll have the links boot up its lights.
Okay. So if you're going down, you do notice that as you go down, the noise increases, as does the background count. So it becomes increasingly, you become increasingly disconnected from the Matrix, and Mather, it becomes increasingly uncomfortable to do magic down here.
I hate everything down here.
And so I'll ask Gertrude, Mather, and Johnny to make, we'll call this gymnastics,
Okay.
Some sort of a climbing test. Frodo, I'll ask for you and your drone to do piloting tests.
Alrighty. Would these be stunting?
You know what? If you get a bonus for stunts, yes, I'll let you take the bonus for stunts.
Alrighty.
Okay.
So first one is me.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
Oh no.
Oh, no. Oh,
so it
double twos.
would I roll the same? I would just roll the same thing if I jump into the links, right?
So you can't jump into both your chair and the links at the same time.
Gotcha.
But you can remote control the links, and it's
Is it still pilot groundcraft since it's a groundcraft?
It's still pilot groundcraft.
And wheels. It has wheels.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Okay. So, like the stairs going up the skyscraper, Mather hesitates, almost slips, and eventually, you see this big drone sort of wheeling down with no trouble. You eventually just sort of hop on the back of it.
This is what I've grown accustomed to. I'm going to do this from now on. This is
The lifestyle to which you've become accustomed.
Bill me. This is mine now.
Okay, all right. That sounds good.
You doing that so you can do that magic vision, so you can see if the bugs are coming at us?
Yes. Let's say that. Let's say that that's what's happening.
Mhm.
We all knew Mather doesn't do his own stunts.
Nor do I have any level of supervision.
So Mather says he's doing magic vision. Is he actually doing magic vision?
No, what is sensing?
Yeah.
Hell no.
Okay. Fair enough.
Terrible at it. I'll try it. Oh, I hate to tell the truth, but yeah, I'll give it a try. There you go, sensing tape, you guys.
So it is pretty hard to see astrally down here, where there's very little light other than what you guys have brought with you. The tunnel is alive with life, biomatter, astral matter. Better you don't probe too deeply. But the walls themselves seem to be made of this biomatter.
See, I don't like that word, Bob. There's a lot of things that are biomatter in this world. Everything from tacos to poop, it's all biomatter. Anyway, so yes, I'm like, all right, you know how
it's akin to it's almost like the stuff the termites sealed over that hole with.
Yep, that's what I was afraid of.
It's not quite the same, but it's similar.
There is a lot of effluvia in here on the astral that is very difficult to see through. It is unpleasant and gross, and thank you for asking. So,
and worse to you, Mather, there is nothing clean.
Oh
here.
Yeah, yep.
You realize you're talking to a guy who has put his fist through at least 3 different bug spirits, and had to pull out with their guts dripping off of it.
Yes, you're very unsanitary. I knew that. That's the hardest point here.
And as you're looking around astrally, you do get the sense the sort of the walls, biomatter, the biological resin is. It's like if you had a hornet's nest that were enlarged so the tunnels could be walked through.
Mm. Not good.
And large enough that they could be walked through by a human. Gertrude, you are sort of having to hunch over a little bit.
Alrighty.
But you continue down the corridor. You could probably go 2 abreast. So I might ask for who's on first.
I got the highlights.
I pointed Johnny and go, he's our flashlight. Also, he's sort of not as squishy.
Or better worded, I've been pre-squished.
Pre-squished.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I have the link go up next to him. You said 2 abreast, correct?
Yeah, you can probably fit 2 abreast. It's a little tight, but you can fit 2 abreast. And that's by you. Do you mean you or you the steel links?
Me, the links.
Okay. So that sort of puts where Mather is.
Yeah, it's how I spotted he was up on he climbed on it.
Yeah, somewhere vaguely in that middle region.
And then we'll say, yeah, so it puts Mather kind of in the middle, and then toward the back then would be Gertrude and Frodo.
Yes.
As you traverse this like 30 to 45 degree down tunnel that goes at least 100 meters down. And then eventually, after about 100 meters, it sort of levels off fairly smoothly over the course of a few tens of meters. The same sort of sticky biological resin material is everywhere. And you keep going. Oddly, you haven't really run into any insect spirits. But you do see up ahead a a faint, sickly glow. That's probably another couple hundred meters ahead.
What's that, Mather?
I look at it.
All right, and then so you don't catch much in the astral for it because you're kind of far away. But as you get closer, you do see it opens up into a large open chamber that's at least 40 meters across. There are several tunnels that branch off in various directions from the room. Lining the walls, you see several metahuman-sized cocoons that pulse, attended by a large insect spirit under the glow of diffuse work lights. You see several smaller worker spirits, many of whom look like the sort of mandible, claw, insect eyes, deformed former humanoids. And they're sort of doing the work in the room. In the center of the chamber, you see a large cocoon, easily the size of a GMC Banshee, that shifts and roils as its occupant struggles for freedom.
Oh, shit.
Stepping out from behind the large cocoon, you see your old friend, Dr. Martin Tate, wearing gloves and a white lab coat, and he maneuvers a large blade into the cocoon, cutting a meter-long incision, through which a clawed appendage bursts.
We haven't been spotted yet, correct?
Nobody has reacted to your presence yet.
Okay.
I'll say it that way.
As we're taking this in, Johnny is slowly taking the backpack off and putting his hands into the special spots where so that he can start, shooting. I'm not shooting yet, and nobody can see a gun. They just see me holding a duffel bag very strangely.
With an alien roar, and I'll ask everybody to make a composure test at this point. With an alien roar, the large creature pulls itself free of the cocoon. Let me find. I'm going to need that soon enough. Okay. All right. So Frodo, you're getting pretty nervous, but you're holding it together for now. With the worst roll of the group with one hit.
What the hell is that, guys?
So this alien roar, as the thing rips itself out of the cocoon, its shape is unmistakable, a Western dragon. But its features are warped pretty heavily. Scales have been overgrown with chitinous plates. The wings have changed into a set of quickly buzzing diaphanous appendages. Insectoid mandibles have sprouted around the jaws, and the eyes have become segmented and complex. An extra set of clawed limbs have grown from the beast's midsection, behind which its tail has shortened into a wicked stinger. What's left of this Western dragon you recognize as Ithelinda.
Actually, I recognize it from the nightmares I've had for the last couple weeks since we first found out Tate got a hold of it and what he was planning to do. That's pretty close to what I've been having nightmares about.
Yeah, so. Yeah. So the rest of you recognize it.
Okay.
And Johnny, this jumps right out of your nightmares.
Yeah. Simon, have you seen enough? Is there anything we need to do?
I got it. Let's go.
Yep.
With another otherworldly roar, the abomination frees itself from the cocoon. Tate is undaunted by the display and even starts to display a grin.
All right, we start backing up now. Somebody just
Okay.
back up.
So I'll ask each of you to make a stealth test or sneaking test.
While we do this, I'm gonna try to get Andy to go like contact Mac and KO, or like go pick them up, because he doesn't believe that it's gonna go well.
Okay. Oh no! Oh no! That's a critical glitch, Gertrude.
It was bound to happen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So do we want to roll with it, or I can spend an edge to make it not a critical glitch?
I would spend an edge. But you would like to fight Insect Dragon Queen right now.
So and then you have the added benefit. So you would spend an edge to make it not a glitch. If you have nerps left, you can roll a nerp and try to get some hits out of it.
You do.
I probably do.
Sure.
I think a bunch of you have bennies left.
I do.
As we quickly approach the end of the series.
Yeah. Talk to Amber when she gets back. The rest of us are all sitting on 5s and 1s. She's sitting on 16s and 10s. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I will spend one of those nerves.
Okay. So you spend an edge out of your personal edge to make that not a glitch, and then go ahead and roll 3 dice. Okay. So that one hit puts you with, it looks like most of the rest of the party.
Hooray!
Except somehow Johnny Nash extracts himself silently from this nightmare.
Well, I mean, it's not like they're going that fast. It's pretty easy. And I'm just basically backing up, watching this ready to open on fire.
They're not going that fast. And you're sure you heard Gertrude mumble some sort of a curse.
I am trying to walk backwards while ducking.
Duck our language.
So you do just barely duck in time, and you feel sort of the vibration of your horns as you scrape the edge of the tunnel. And you realize this is not rock. This is whatever that bioresin is.
Ew.
Which is very unsanitary. Very, very undoctor-like.
Mm-hmm. It's fine. I'll run some tests on it when we get back to their...
But with that, you do sort of retreat back out of the tunnel. You think either they haven't noticed you or they don't care, because nothing follows you out.
Ooh, okay.
Which is probably for the best.
On the one hand, I'm kind of insulted. On the other hand, probably for the best.
Yes.
We made it.
But you have made it out, and Simon actually passes you, Frodo, a copy of the footage that he has.
I appreciate that.
And
I pass.
And now, yes, he passes everybody copies of the footage.
Well, I pass Simon. I pass Simon my Cyber Eye footage.
Okay. Footage that will probably haunt your nightmares for the rest of your lives.
Yeah.
However short they may be.
And as you retreat back out and up through through Carl's, Go ahead and make a judge intentions test.
Is this a contest against us or just judge intention?
This is just a judge intentions test to see if you passively notice something about. Because enough people have made it, 2 hits is enough. This judge intentions is you kind of realize, this tunnel goes up through Carl's. Carl has probably been mixed up in this somehow, whether it wants to be or not. And if this is a tunnel from what must be the main nest, what must the rest of the people who live here be like? And if the sight of an insect dragon merge were not enough to light your nightmares, that adds wood to the fire. As you make it shaking back out to the exit and back to Darcy.
As we're coming out through, Mather, can you do that? Send this over a text. Mather, can you sense one of them?
Which one?
Carl. I mean, if he's still there in the room, one of these people, see if there's any more of these things around, stealthily.
Oh dear, Johnny. And I run my hands over my eyes and goes, that's the fun in my head. Pick anything.
Yeah, so you do realize that a sensing is not stealthy if the person you're sensing is dual-natured.
Correct.
And that's exactly what happens. Carl is dual-natured, and it's because as you sense him, you sense it is a good merge wasp spirit. Probably somewhere around force 4 or 5.
All right. What do I know about that other than what Eason knows about that?
So there are various qualities of merge. Like when somebody is inhabited, the quality of the merge determines what kind of spirit they become. Do they become true form? Do they become hybrid form? In this case, this is a pretty good merge. It's enough of a merge. Good merges are those where the person still looks humanoid, but is fully inhabited by the spirit. There are less good merges where, and the more common merges are where the humanoid is gone and it's like humanoid with mandibles or stinger or claws or whatever.
Okay, so it's like Men in Black, like Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah, how good a skin suit do you get?
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
It's kind of like that.
And wasp hive, but not like the others, right? I mean, wasps generally are not quite as...
Right, they're not quite as hive mind.
Yeah, all right.
They're not like ants that are like really, really social. And although it's odd to see a wasp, well, actually, I guess that's not true. I was thinking it's rare to see a wasp hive underground, but that's not really true.
Yeah.
There are some wasps and hornets that do nest underground. It's just we tend to think of wasps as having this sort of hanging hive, like you guys saw in the skyscraper.
Not nods in Georgian. Understand?
Yeah, no. There's plenty of them I've seen that are on the ground, and yeah, and it makes it very convenient to pour the gasoline in.
Oh, definitely.
And with that, I'm assuming you don't point the finger guns at him.
I do
Is
not.
that right?
That's correct.
You just sort of extract yourselves from the Wrigley Dome, and you're back in Darcy. And with that, we have reached the 10 o'clock hour. And we'll pick up here next time to see what happens with this information and see if Andy has picked up the rest of their friends. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. Thank you to our players for making it fun. Thank you to Tom for both playing and keeping us on the rails. Do we have any announcements before we sign off?
Well, tomorrow night on this channel at 9 o'clock, Jen will be jamming for Shadowrun Denver.
Nice.
At Ordinary Folks or Common Folks.
Okay.
A story about what happens when you have a big upheaval. What happens, the police and everything look at they take a good look at the people who are the hoity-toity and such, the people in power, but what happens to the common folks and who looks after them?
Sounds like
And then Thursday night is Gen Con TV one shot.
Yep.
Is it still one shot?
Yes, it is. It's the last time I'm going to be on it for a while, probably. 5th season. A world where basically Earth tries to kill you. Take all the different areas. You take, Nebraska. You take the storms from Florida. You take the tornadoes from Nebraska. You take the earth shakes from California, and then you dial them up a couple notches, and that's what creates the stillness. And it's from the Broken Earth trilogy by an author named Nesmith, and it's a gaming system by Green Ronin. It looks really interesting. We're going to go through the quick start rules and give it a try as a couple players basically have to solve a problem that their community is having.
Yeah, the author is N.K. Jemisin.
Thank you.
And the book series is amazing. So read the books, play the games.
Yep.
And this weekend on twitch.tv/Master of Realm is
right.
the Streamathon.
Yep. Starting at 11 a.m. Eastern. Going until, I think, Sunday night. We're going to be continually streaming a variety of games. The first game is going to be by Kender Mage, Team Badger. That looks like fun. Second one is going to be my city of Venice, where a group of city guards they have to deal with all sorts of standard guard issues. They also have to deal with the fact they don't get paid, so they have to come up with alternate means of payment. And their captain's on their case about all these strange occurrences happening around in their district. So we get to see how they solve that problem and how they get themselves paid. Jen, I believe, is right after me.
I am running Tales of Media, which is based off of the Dragon Prince animated series you can find on Netflix, which uses the Cortex Prime gaming system. And that'll be at 5:30 on April 29th during the Streamathon on twitch.tv/MasterRem. I'm very excited about that.
Well, it's Sunday morning. You'll see Easton and I trade spaces on your UI.
Now, I'm running Medivius's Star Trek Adventures, and an adventure set in strange old worlds where a crew of science officers will go into will be going to an unknown world and visit an ancient civilization and seek out old life and old civilizations and go where definitely somebody has been before.
Totally not Cthulhu.
Yeah, it's definitely not. I'm definitely not running a horror game.
And actually, between that point, there's some interesting games. Panabon, John McDonnell is doing Destination Investigations, Blades in the Dark, Shadowrun. Ava's Shadowrun games are always fun. The River of Nightmares by Jester. And then a Cthulhu Confidential 2-person game where Bex and Derica, who used to grace this time slot with us, go through a Cthulhu game. So a lot of stuff, actually a lot of streaming happening over the next few days at REM. Hopefully you get a chance to watch it. I think that's all we got.
All right.
All right.
We'll see you then. Good night, everybody.
Good night,
Adios.
folks.